Most of you have probably already heard about a game called Astroneer. It's been out in early access for quite a while, but recently the game launched in its fully released state, so I thought I would give it a go and see what this game is all about. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Astroneer. So I want to give this game a review now that it is fully released. So let's first talk about what this game actually is. This is an exploration and base building game. So it focuses around you as a small astronaut who is alone on an alien world. And you have to gather material and resources to build your base. And you can gradually build better and better equipment. You can build rovers, you can build different kinds of science and research facilities, and you can also at the end build a rocket so you can get off the planet and go and explore other planets. And while you're doing all that, you have to make sure you survive, make sure you don't run out of oxygen, which can be quite difficult sometimes. Now, I said this guy was going to be alone. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to. The feature do try to feature its multiplayer aspects quite heavily. It's not something that I have tried myself yet, but I could definitely see the gameplay being very well tailored towards a multiplayer game. But I'll come back to that when we begin to talk about it in a little bit more details. But first I want to touch about the art style. As you can probably see here, it is very cartoonish, it's very vibrant in the colors. Has a little bit of a No Man's Sky vibe to it, but just a little bit more over the top. The planets in the game is very small. I've never been able to actually circumnavigate a planet, but you can see that you don't have to go that far before things begin to disappear over the horizon. So the planets are quite small. Whether you can actually circumnavigate them, I'm not sure. Again, some may like this art style, some may not, but whether you do or not, I would definitely think that you would agree that the gameplay behind it is actually pretty good. Now, once you get past the tutorial, which is okay, it's not the best tutorial. After I played it and then went back into the main game, I still had kind of this, wait, what am I doing kind of feeling. So I didn't feel like I was properly prepared for what I was actually supposed to do when it started. It did introduce me to the main key bindings, but I would still have liked a little bit more on the gameplay side. But you very quickly pick it up. It's not a hugely complicated game, at least not at the beginning. But what it does really, really well is the exploration side of it. I mean, you have something to explore pretty much everywhere. There are resources you can dig out that are visible mainly from the surface, but as you dig down in the ground with your tools, you recover more and more of this, which can be a quite dangerous process when you begin to dig for materials, because you have this terrain extractor that removes the terrain, that allows you to dig down and collect the materials that is in the ground. But it has a limited range, and if you want to get the materials further down, you have to go down onto the hole you've been digging. But the problem is you need a constant feed of oxygen to get that goes all the way back to your base. So you will have to put out these small work threads that feed you oxygen from your main base. And if you go too far away from this, you'll begin to consume the oxygen in your spacesuit, and that is a very limited resource. It will last you for about 30 seconds at the beginning of the game. You can build bigger tanks that allow you to go further, but at the beginning you can't go very far away from those threads. So if you fall down a hole, and those threads also have a limited range, you can't just put up one and then it will connect automatically. You're out of oxygen, and when you're out of oxygen, you die. Now, it's not one of those you die, you start over kind of games. It's one of those you die, you spawn back at the base, but all the materials you just collected will now be stuck at your spacesuit at the bottom of the hole, and you will have to try and collect it. So when you're digging, you constantly have to try to make sure that you're building a ramp so you can still get up and down the hole you're digging without losing connection to your oxygen supply. There's also lots of other stuff than just resources. There are crashed equipment all around, scattered around the planets, and even within the first 20 minutes of the game, I already discovered my first big alien-looking structure. There was at night I could see a light at the horizon, and I traveled out there to see what it was, and it turned out to be some big structure that I haven't figured out what to use for yet, but I'm definitely gonna try to explore that a little bit more, figure out what it is and what it does. But there's a lot of other risks in the game as well, and one thing that the first time I died was I was digging resources. I've been very careful to dig a nice ramp so I could get up and down the hole that I had oxygen with me. And I was digging deeper and deeper and deeper. And then suddenly the floor just disappeared beneath me as I have dug too deep and I have hit a underground cavern. Fell into the cavern. And obviously now I was, again, away from my oxygen supply. It was a huge place. There was lots of equipment, lots of rare materials down here. But that was no good since I couldn't get out again. So that was the first time I died in the game. So it's a fun little game, and it's one of the games that just really sucks you in. I mean, the background footage you see running here, I just started the recording software and thought I'll just take a quick session just to get a little bit of footage, so I have some variety that I could use as a background footage for the video here. And I ended up spending way over 2 hours playing, and I completely forgot the recording software was running, and that ended up with a 14 gigabyte file, so that was interesting. But anyway, it is really one of those games that just sucks you in, and you get so immersed. It's fun to see how immersed you can get in a game that is with this type of art style. So that's something that we're definitely doing right here. And it's definitely a game that I'll be spending more time on. Whether it's something I'm going to be spending time on with videos here on the channel or not, that's really up to you guys. If you want to see more Astroneer videos, if you want to see some actual like commentary on gameplay or commentary while playing it, you go ahead, let me know in the comment section, or just drop the video a like so I know that you would like to see more of it. Might also do some bonus live streams of it. It's really, yeah, let's see where it goes. If you're interested, go down and let me know in the comment section. And of course, also, if you are interested, you also need to remember to hit that subscribe button, because that means that when I actually do more videos on it, you will know. But thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little video. If you did, give a like down below, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, I will see you guys in space.